2024 went by so quickly and so slowly, all at the same time, but the new calendar year has arrived. It is January 1st, 2025. And so I thought it would be fitting to do a little recap of the past year and also to let you know about some plans and goals and intentions that I have for myself in the year to come. So let's take a look back at what 2024 had in store. I celebrated my 1-year anniversary at my new job. I also had the opportunity to travel for work, going to Boston, Montreal, Canada. My favorite trip of the year was to the Afrotech conference in Houston, Texas. It was really inspiring and motivating and encouraging. So that was a fantastic time. On the personal front, I really wanted to read more in 2024, so I finished a number of books. I also was able to spend a little bit of time with family as well. I am pretty happy with how the year turned out, but I want to be very intentional for the year that is coming. I want to make sure that I'm very, very specific, that I'm very, very dedicated, that I have my eyes on the prize, if you will. I did create a vision board for the year, which I'll show you, just including some high level kind of motivators for me that I want to draw on and focus on into the new year. Instead of having the traditional resolutions for the new year, instead I want to set monthly goals for myself. So for each month of 2025, I want to set somewhere between 3 to 5 small goals that tie up into my larger goals for the year that are outlined on my vision board. I feel like I'm going to be able to get some excellent stuff done in 2025, and hopefully you'll be there to join me for the ride. I also want to make sure that I call out my intention for 2025. Something that if I look back on 2025 and there is one thing that I can say that I did or that I was or that I became, that is my intention. And that one word intention for me this year is authentic. I want to be me, the real human messy version of Ashley. If at the end of this year I can say that one thing and one thing only happened, it would be authenticity from me. That's what I really want. And now that we've gone through all of that, I do want to show you a little bit of what went into getting to this day. So every New Year's, I make the same dinner. This is actually not just a me thing, it's across Black Americans. It's very much an African American tradition to do this. So I want to show you my take on the New Year's meal that so many ancestors before me have prepared. The last thing that I want to say is this feels different. 2025 feels different. I don't know if it is the universe. I don't know if it is goddess. Maybe it's the planets. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's everybody else. I don't know. Maybe it's all those things, or maybe it's none of those things at all. But I have a good feeling about 2025. I think that this is going to be one of my best years yet. And I'm so excited to take y'all along for the ride with me. As you can see, we have some cabbage. Traditionally, greens are used, but I couldn't find greens, so cabbage is what we've got. We also have cornbread here, and this cornbread was phenomenal. I will link to the recipe in the description box. You gotta try this cornbread. Just look at how perfectly it turned out. I was so excited to have this along with the cabbage that I showed you previously, as well as some black-eyed peas. Now, the reason why we have these three things in particular is because they are intended to represent wealth, prosperity, success, and good luck in the Black American tradition. So that's why we're making them, so we can have wealth and prosperity, good luck, and success in the new year. Currently, you can see me fighting for my life with a box of mushrooms because pork is typically also used in these New Year's traditional dinners. However, my husband and I are vegan, so we don't eat any animal products. So instead of pork, I am substituting mushrooms. I'm just giving those a nice fine chop. I'll include those in the black-eyed peas along with some seasonings, make it taste really, really nice. Here I'm chopping up an onion to add in to the black eyed peas as well for some additional flavor. And I also added spices and seasonings. I used liquid smoke, I used seasoned salt, a whole bunch of things. And here I am chopping up the cabbage into bite-sized pieces. I sauteed that in a little bit of vegan butter and just kind of let it steam a little bit, as you can see right now. I've got the black eyed peas going with the onions and the mushrooms. They're seasoned really nicely. Just put some seasoned salt on top of that cabbage as well, along with that pepper. And that was essentially the main components of our New Year's Eve meal. We had the delicious cornbread that you saw before, along with these black-eyed peas, the cabbage. Here's Nooch watching. She was in position the entire time I was cooking, making sure that I was seasoning things properly and just generally keeping an eye on stuff. But here is the final result. That is that delicious cornbread that you saw earlier. It was so good, so just crumbly and delicious, not too sweet, not too heavy. It was so great. The crispy crust was awesome. Here we've got our black-eyed peas seasoned up really nicely with the mushrooms and the onions and that sauteed cabbage as well. Again, all of this is vegan and it was so very delicious. Now to add a little bit of protein, we've got some tofu slabs here that my husband got from his shift volunteering at a local food pantry. Instead of letting it go to waste, we brought it home and ate it, and it really rounded out our meal, made it delicious, nutritious, and hopefully bringing us lots of luck. All right, y'all, that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, your spirit is beautiful. Your life matters, and I am so glad that you are here. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment if you're so inclined, and have a wonderful day.